Hey everybody, Leah here. Happy Friday to you, Friday the 8th of May. Hope you're having an amazing day. Wanted to give you a little update on what's happening in real estate in San Diego market during COVID. So as you saw the last time we did one of these, I am going to share with you how the number of new listings are tracking, the number of contracts that are going pending, solds, and those homes that are off the market. Now, at this point in the COVID analysis, still new listings and pendings are the most important. Solds are a lagger. They're always 30 days back, so you'll see that reflected in the data. Couple things I just wanted to mention. One is that this is live data. What I mean by that is, other than when we look at new listings, which are an absolute date, a home went on the market, let's say today, Friday, May 8th. That will never change. The date that it went onto the market will not change. Everything else, however, is all based on when that seller's agent changes the status in the computer. So when they accept a contract, do they go in and change it the very next day or within 2 days like we're frankly supposed to, or do they not do it for 2 weeks? So because of that, whenever we pull data, and the same is also true when it goes from pending to sold. Well, the day it's sold is never going to change, but the date, whenever the agent gets around to putting in that data, could be the next day, could be 3 weeks from then. So we always go back and pull 4 full weeks back. So just don't be surprised for my engineers and my scientists when you see the pendings from, say, a week ago look higher a week from now, because we're always going back so that we have good solid data and refreshing 4 weeks back. So with that, let's take a peek at what's been happening lately. First, we're going to look at new listings. So one little point, this is pulled through May 5th. When I'm recording this, it's currently May 8th. So, and this is, just as a refresher, these are detached homes anywhere in San Diego County. So it's only detached homes and it's in San Diego County. Okay, let's take a peek. So new listings, not surprising, you're seeing an uptick in the week by week increase in listings. The surprise, if you didn't watch the prior video, the surprise may be for you that we didn't go to zero in COVID. So COVID is, around middle of March when full lockdown happened, and I certainly thought, you might have too, that listings would go down by like 90%, and they sure didn't. So it's not down as far, and certainly no surprise we're seeing an uptick. What I thought would be interesting, though, to share with you is, what was it last year in this same time? Now, of course, 2019 might not necessarily behave as 2020 would, but it's still relative. So because we should have been coming out of winter and we should have already been seeing an increase into early spring. And so the delta between the two is what I thought you might be interested in seeing. So let's take a peek. So the dotted line is where 2019 new listings were. And of course the solid line remains where 2020 is with COVID. So the delta in between is potentially what we missed out on. Now this year was starting out really strong. I don't know if you recall, but the end of 2018 was pretty slow. For us, there was a lot of inventory. There's never a ton of inventory in San Diego, but there was more. And so we might have even done better than the dotted line. Who knows? Can't know, but this gives you a relative sense of that. So that's new listings. Then of those people that have gone on the market, is anybody buying? So the next is those that are pending or under contract. And you'll see that we definitely have a sharp increase since we got to about the beginning of April. But even before that, the first couple of weeks of COVID, it certainly didn't go to zero. So kind of curious. Now let's look at what that is compared to what it was last year. Again, on a week by week basis, still detached homes anywhere in San Diego County. And there you see, you see the delta. We should have been kind of increasing. And then March, is usually relatively flat, slight increase. And so the delta between the two might be what we were missing this year. We'll never really know. Okay, next we're going to go to solds. Now remember that solds are 30 days, typically a 30-day contract. So I'm not surprised at all to see a tail downward on the number of closings, because the last week of data here, April 29th to May 5th, those represent, for the most part, people that went under contract the end of March, early April. So I'm not surprised that that was trailing down a bit. But let's look at what was happening last year. So sharp increase, right? As we saw a March increase in 2019 of pendings, you're going to see a larger number of closings in April of 2019. So the delta gets wider there. Okay, and then as I mentioned to you, I'm kind of tracking those homes that come off the market. And so we're going to look at that next. What you're going to see here is you definitely saw an increase in homes that came off the market as we went into lockdown in mid-March, then a little steady, then we had a drop off. Now we see some coming off again. I will see this is only, it's pretty recent that we see an uptick in it. I personally won't be surprised if these are some of the early COVIDs that went on way too high. I was really surprised to see some homes that went on in the big middle of March, and I was like, first of all, your price is just crazy. So anyway, we'll see what happens there. And then just a quick look at last year, how it tracked. Now, certainly you see overall it's higher, but recall that reference that I just made to December or to fall of 2018 was we had more inventory than kind of normal for us, so I'm not at all surprised to see that the beginning part of 2019 was higher than we're tracking right now. So there you go. That's a little bit of an update of what's happening in detached homes around San Diego County. As always, of course, your information in your neighborhood or where you're thinking of moving to might be a little different. Happy to answer any questions you have about your local market. But that's kind of broadly what's going on. So if I can be of help to you or your friends, please don't keep me a secret. Bye for now. Hope you have an amazing weekend. Talk to you soon.